Daniel sir, shall we start?
So, sir, we're just waiting for one of the senior professor from our department to join. So,
Okay.
yes, just give us 2 more minutes. We'll begin, sir.
Okay. No problem. No.
Thank you. Am I audible, sir? Very good morning to all, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, heads of all departments, faculty colleagues, research scholars, and my dear friends. I'm Daniel Kumar, Assistant Professor from the Department of Mechanical Engineering and the convener for this FDP. I take privilege in hosting and facilitating this event. So it gives me immense pleasure to extend you a very warm welcome on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, the Indian Institute of Engineering and Technology, for this 1 week FDP on integrating Autodesk Fusion 360 in engineering subjects. Today, we have gathered here virtually to embark on the journey of enhancing engineering education through the integration of Autodesk Fusion 360 software. This online program aims to equip all our faculty members with the necessary skills and knowledge to incorporate this powerful software into their teaching methodologies. We've got a large number of responses from a very diverse group from all over India, and we thank you for showing interest and being part of this FDP. This morning, I would like to acknowledge the online presence of our dignitaries for the day. Our senior professor, Dr. Sridhar sir, Dr. Rajesh Yadav, he is the Inside Accountant Engagement Specialist from Autodesk India Private Limited. We have Dr. V. Bhaskar Rao, CEO of Design Labs, Hyderabad, and Mr. Riaz Ahmad, CAD engineer, and all the others present here. I acknowledge your presence, sir. Thank you for joining us. So to begin with, I would like to have our senior professor, sir, Dr. Sridhar, sir, to give us the opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all the dignitaries and the participants present for this online FDP. I am Dr. Sridhar, Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, London Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome all the participants for this 1 week online FDP on integrating Autodesk Fusion 360. Would like to elaborate about the institute, department, and the program. London Institute of Engineering and Technology is a premier institute established in the year 2008 by a divine body of committed intellectuals under the aegis of Sri Sai Dhamam Educational Trust of Visakhapatnam to cater to the needs of young graduates of technology. Its vision is to produce globally competent and quality technocrats with the human values for the holistic needs of the industry and society. London Institute of Engineering and Technology is an autonomous college which is spread to all directions with a strength of over 2,600 students and about 200 faculty. The institute is accredited by NAC with A grade, NBA with 6 branches, and permanently affiliated to JNTU Gudiyada Vijayanagaram. The Department of Mechanical Engineering has started its journey in the year 2012. And within a short period, the department is accredited by NPA, National Board of Accreditation, which itself is a feather in the department's cap. The department has well-equipped laboratories and infrastructural facilities. The department boasts of high-end stimulation lab, CNC laboratory, 3D printing laboratory, and research and development laboratory. The department works for the overall development of the students by inculcating the spirit of self-learning. Students are provided with a variety of opportunities and platforms for their technical growth, and department is giving them a chance to investigate a broad range of areas which students themselves learn with zeal and develop themselves. The faculty are trained to make the students to reach their goals. They incline themselves to consultancy, upgrade their know-how the field of engineering. The faculty and students have the habit of regularly publishing papers in the reputed journals and attending conferences to present the technical concepts in the form of technical papers. They are the members of various international organizations which one platform them to enhance their latest know-how in the field of engineering. In view of the FDP contents, very good response has been received from various parts of the country. Around 1,200 participants have registered. I hope all will be benefited from this faculty development program. Finally, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Autodesk and dignitaries delivering their lectures for this FDP program. Thank you one and all for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for highlighting the department activities. Thank you so much. So we are so glad to have our Autodesk team. We have Dr. Rajesh sir, we have Dr. V. Bhaskar Rao sir, and also Mr. Riyaz sir. So who happens to be our guests for the day and also the trainers. So we'll begin with the chief guest, Mr. Dr. Rajesh Yadav, sir, who will be talking on the various activities about Autodesk, and he'll also declare the program open. Before I hand over the program to him, I would like to give a brief introduction on him. So Rajesh Yadav, sir, he is an inside accountant engagement specialist at Autodesk India Private Limited. He's an engineer, product designer, and a certified master's trainer, having 20 years of experience in training and implementing cutting-edge advanced technologies in the field of design. He has core expertise in the training and implementation of Autodesk latest solutions for institutions and corporates. He has also trained students, faculties, and corporates of several colleges and from several colleges and universities all around India and as well as abroad. He's also associated with the organizations like NASCOM as a master trainer for product design engineer, quality pack. NSDC supported India skills in MCAD competition for World Skill Competition in 2019 at Kazan, Russia. He's also a lead trainer for F1 Formula One schools in India, and he's also associated with SAE Baja as a CAE judge. With his vast experience, we are very glad to have you, sir. I request you to highlight the activities of Autodesk and declare the program open. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you so much, sir, for my introduction. Good morning to all of you. Special thanks to Daniel, sir, because I know from the very long time we are in discussion to start this program. I think it's more than one month. So we had a long n number of discussions, and then finally we have come up. Okay, let's start this program with all of our educators. So, anyways, welcome to all of you for this 5 days FDP program on Fusion 360. I'm sure you are going to be benefited after this program. But before starting technically, because before hand over this entire technical session to my team, like Bhaskar sir and Riaz, I would like to share. No, I'll not take much time because I know we are already having less time for these technical things. I'll only take 3 to 4 minutes. Let me share my screen. I will just want to discuss something, and then we will start the session. So let me start sharing my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we are able to see your screen.
Right. So every time, whenever we are doing this type of program, we always got a number of questions. Like Autodesk is very much interested to start this curriculum 4.0 for the industry 4.0. What actually is industry 4.0? The first thing is we have to understand. See why it is important to run this type of FDP program, because this is the vision of Autodesk. First, we always follow this top-down approach. Our intention is to train our faculty members, educators first, because then only it will be easy, to transfer this knowledge to our upcoming engineers. So if you see this industry 4.0, there are 5 major pillars available. The first one is design for manufacturing. Before some time, yes, design was a separate, because there was always a challenge between design department and manufacturing department. Design department designing something and manufacturing, after reviewing all those designs, and manufacturing department is saying it's constraint. No, we have to modify the design, then only it can easily manufactured as per the facilities available within our campus. So this is a very important topic. During design, if we are able to understand the manufacturing constraints, then it becomes 50% of work has already been done during the design process. So that's why this topic is most important. We have to understand the manufacturing constraints well before we start designing. Then it will be easy for us. We can complete the task within the given time, and we can design directly for the manufacturing process. Then, as you know, artificial intelligence, AI, which is the very latest term, not very latest, but yes. Before that, it was supposed to say that this is the subject, this is the topic only for IT, CSIT people. But now AI is implemented everywhere, even in design itself. Can you imagine if you give your inputs and software can give you the design? that is possible nowadays. So artificial intelligence is already introduced in the field of design. Then system engineering, as you already know, now students or any graduate trainees, they are not supposed to work in silos. You need to understand the other departments, little basics type of things, integrated workflows. So system engineering is also very important. Like if you talk about robotics, mechanical engineers are required, electronics engineers are required, and computer science engineers are also required. So this entire things make a complete system. Then it will be easy to work. Then coming to this personalized learning pathways, you can understand every time it is not possible for the educators as well, because every day new technologies, new things, new topics are coming into the market. So we have to find out some of the personalized learning pathways also, where students can educate themselves by their own, because a number of online things are already available. Right at the end of this FDP, I'll also share the link of our online content resources, where you can start a specific type of module, whether it is a skill builder or it's a complete course. You can start and you can do by your own. And then the most important thing for industry 4.0 is collaboration. As you can understand, just with this technologies of WebEx, we are in a position to collaborate across country with the educators, and we can go ahead with this program without any hassle. So we have to think about all these parameters, and then we can start teaching to our students, because ultimate objective is they should be industry ready before they are going to the industry, before they are going to leaving the college. I hope it is clear to everyone. At any time you find anything, you find any doubt or you want to ask something, please let me know. I'm there to explain you. And why we are introducing Fusion 360? Because this is the latest technologies available, which is fulfilling all the requirement, whether it is design for manufacturing, AI, system engineering. You'll come to know, because today is the first session, might be that how system engineering work in Fusion, how AI is implemented in Fusion. But everything is there in the Fusion. In the upcoming days, you will become to know that how these entire topics can be covered within the Fusion, right? Now, how Autodesk can support you? There are various ways you can understand training and professional development. As you already know that I'm also a trainer. So not only the educators, we also train corporates. We also train students. So we are helping for training and development, professional development for all the upcoming designers. Softwares, you already know that Autodesk is the only company which is giving all the educational license free of cost for all the educators as well as the students. So you do not need college, do not need to invest anything in the software. The only thing, you should be having a lab. I'm sure every college is having a lab. The educators need to create an account and they can get 125 licenses which they can assign to the students or their classroom respectively. Teaching and learning, we are also already helping every time. Whenever you require any type of teaching support, so my partner is there, like Mr. Bhaskar is the most senior partner in India, and luckily he is also from the AP. So it becomes all more easy for you to connect with him and get your doubts cleared. And then after the training, if you want to go for some credentials, skill based credentials, like there are a number of global certification programs available. We can also help you, because that is the online examination sort of thing. Once you are well versed with the technology, and if you go for a specific type of certifications, global certification, then also we can provide you. So Autodesk is ready to support you by any means. What actually we are doing for the educators and students? We have learning libraries, 300 learning modules, role aligned pathways. Not necessary, you do not need to learn the entire tool. That's why before, while starting the conversation with Mr. Daniel, I requested him to share the syllabus so that we can align this entire FDP with any of the subject or one or two more subjects. So it is always suggested, because the software is quite wise. It's an integrated platform. It's not a software. It's an integrated platform where you can do everything, starting from sketching till the point of manufacturing. Even electronics is included. Artificial intelligence is included. So it's better to align the specific content to the respective subject. It becomes easy for the students, it becomes easy for the educators to teach. The students can learn better and they can start doing all those things. Support for educators, as I already explained, professional development, we can do the collaboration, inquire, and everything. Technologies, all the softwares are free, certifications, and product support as well, in case you are facing any difficulty to verify your account, or you are not able to get your education license. So we are always there to support you. This is the main thing, that what why this initiative has been started by Autodesk, because we saw the gap, because colleges curriculum and the industry demands are quite different. So that's why, since it's a software company, we are in touch with many of the corporates as well. So we know the gaps. That's why we are teaching all these latest technologies to all the colleges, universities, educators, just to bridging the gap between the education and the industries. And not only this, we are also providing a lot of supports to the colleges. Like if any student is, doing some good projects, we are ready to support you. For example, last year we have supported one project in BITS Pilani. One team was there who had participated in one of the NASA competition, and it was very difficult for the students, to prototype their entire vehicle and go to US for the competition. And luckily this year the team got the first prize. So during these 5 days, if I'll get the time, I will share the entire story with you, including the videos as well. So this is the overall motive of the Autodesk, bridging education and industry gap. Now, if you see the mission and vision of the Autodesk, we only want to inspire, we only want to engage, and we simply want to prepare the upcoming engineers for the industries. Right? I'll not take much time. So this is all from my side, from the presentation point of view. I hope you have a little bit idea what Autodesk is doing and for what we have planned this 5 days FDP. Now, again, before starting this, let me set up some of the expectations from my side. And if you have some expectations, you can definitely share with us. Expectations from the program point of view, there are only three expectations. First has already been fulfilled. First expectations, what we were expected, that we will get the good number of participants. We already got it. Thank you so much for your participation, and thank you so much for your willingness to learn new technologies. And for that, I would definitely like to thank to Mr. Daniel, because he has taken a lot of initiatives, interacting with you, sharing the details with you, and that's why we could reach so good numbers. Second expectations is during the program, right? Because this is a 5 days program, definitely I need a bit of seriousness from all of your sides, because my team is definitely going to teach you each and everything, whatever we have decided. And that's why we have not kept this training schedule for the entire full day. It's a 3 to 4 hours, because we can understand as an educator you have some other works as well. So it's better not to spend 6 to 8 hours. You guys can learn much faster than the students. So that's why we kept it for only 3 to 4 hours per day, and we'll cover. So whatever my trainers, my team, my partner is going to share, please try to understand. The more number of doubts you will be asking, more number of benefited you will be. So please attend this, because I want the same attendance throughout the 5 days. Because the reason behind that is, my partner is going to tell you the conceptual topics, and then they will do some of the activities or assignments. You have to complete all those things, because at the end of the program, I'm sure we are going to share the participation certificate of this FDP as well. So that is the only expectation from my side. And at the end of the program, after that, if you need any support, I will be sharing my email ID and phone number both. right? Anytime you need any type of support or student training or student project support, any type of things, you can get in touch with me. I will be there with your support with my partner team. I hope everything is clear from my side, and expectation from your side, I'm sure it is common one. You want to learn something new which you can implement in your subjects, which you can teach to your students. And from that point of view, I'm pretty much sure you are in good hands, because Mr. Bhaskar and team is the most senior team in the Autodesk Learning Partners team. That's why I have assigned Mr. Bhaskar for this engagement. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I would like to hand over to Bhaskar sir, and then Riaz will start the technical sessions. Anything you want to ask, anybody?
Participants can actually use our hand raise option so that we can unmute you and ask your questions if you have any. Yes, we have on Prashant Sile. Sir, you're on unmute. You can ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, we'll be having collaborative sessions also in Autodesk, like too many people are working at the same project. We'll have some
Yes,
exposure to that.
why not? Why not? That's a very good point. We will be using this team projects folder. I'll request my team to create a project folder for this entire FDP, so that while sitting in Delhi, I can also see what different people are doing in terms of projects. We will be doing collaborating.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for this question.
Anybody else would like to share or want to ask any questions? Maybe I think as the session begins, people will be having more and more questions, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe
No
we
problem.
can take
No
them
problem.
in between.
Yeah, we cannot force them to ask questions.
Yes.
No, that's. So now I would like to hand over to Mr. Bhaskar. Bhaskar sir, are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir. So before I give the time to him, I just want to give a brief introduction.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. So thank you, sir. Thank you for highlighting on how we can actually evolve education to ensure job ready graduates. And we are so grateful for the Autodesk for all the initiatives that yeah, you are actually providing for the faculty and students to develop more. So we are so grateful to you. Thank you, sir. That we are happy from Lenny Engineering College. We are associated with you to be a
Most
part
welcome.
of Autodesk team. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next guest, we have Mr. V. Bhaskar Rao, who is the CEO of Design Labs Hyderabad. He will be speaking on a few words and also be assisting in how to install the software and all of it. So before I give this time to him, let me introduce him to you. So Mr. V. Bhaskar Rao has completed his MBA and has retired as a chief manager of a bank. He's now the CEO of Design Labs. So he's a certified professional of Autodesk, AutoCAD, Revit Architecture, and Fusion 360. He's also a certified instructor of Autodesk. Talking about the Design Labs, it has been established in July 2014, where they have entered MOUs with around 25 colleges, and they actually help the colleges to get a licensed software from Autodesk and conduct trainings for the students and faculty in the college premises, and sometimes during college hours and after college hours. So most of the time they conduct in the rural areas, and so far they have conducted around 5,000 trainings and 100 workshops, 500 projects, and 8,000 certified users, along with 1,000 certified professional examinations. So they're also right now conducting a training for Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation, and have so far trained around 850 engineering students in 2023. More about the company, maybe sir can actually elaborate on that and share. Sir, we're so thankful to you, sir, for being with us. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. My name is Bhaskar Rao. See, as Mr. Rajesh has already told you, our main intention is how to use this software in your subjects. At present, we are concentrating 8 colleges in Hyderabad, mostly JNTUH Hyderabad, JNTUH Vanaparthi, JNTUH Mantani, Srinidhi Engineering College, PV Raj Institute of Technology, Geetanjali. Like that, around 10 colleges we are concentrating, and luckily now you people have also come. We are here to help you in taking the using the software in your subjects. Wherever you get any doubt, we are here to help you. And there is a small statement is there that I will be sharing with you later on, where we want which course is there, what is the course ID, and how many batches are there, and who is the faculty teaching that particular subject, what his email ID and cell phone number, so that in future any requirement is there, we are here to help you. And the other day, Mr. Daniel sir has asked me how to see while taking the licenses from Autodesk, the most important thing is that you should use your domain mail ID only. Then only it will be easy to get. If you use Gmail ID, then it is very, very difficult. It will ask 101 proofs. That you please keep it in mind. Any doubt is there, I will guide you, and you can also assign the licenses to the students. Student need not have a separate account as such. You can assign the licenses, assign and unassign like that. It is very easy. And so that you can control how many. So out of 125 licenses, how many people are using, how many are not using, that also you can control it. And I don't want to say much about all these things. Let us start with the session. Mr. Riaz, you see, our instructor has more than 17 years of experience. He is very much competent to take you the classes, and he see our intention is that we will use small problems. It is not theoretical training. Use solve the problems. He will tell you how to do it, and the next day he will do some assignment. And we as Mr. Rajesh also has told you, kindly cooperate with us and see that the assignments are completed. Thank you, sir. If anything is there, you can call me. My telephone number and email ID is there. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel.
Thank you,
So
sir.
adding, sorry, Mr. Daniel, adding to
Yes,
Bhaskar
sir.
sir, I would request to, Riaz, please create a project folder and share with all the faculty members so that they can, whatever they are going to save the files in terms of assignments or activities, then it will be easy for us to control. We can also see who all are doing what activities, and then if they are having any difficulty while creating that design, so we can directly open their file and we can guide them how to complete that one.
Actually, by default, sir, it will ask you what team. It is asking the team name.
Okay.
When you
Yes.
open the software, by default, it asks you what is your team name. So they have to
Yes.
enter the team name. They need not bother much. The system will take care of everything. Thank you, sir.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay, sir. No problem. So Riaz, now everything is in your hand. All the very
Sir,
best.
yes, sir. Before I give the time to Riaz, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Please go ahead.
yes, I just have a few guidelines, for all the participants, so that this session will run smoothly. And after that, I'll introduce Mr. Riaz, and then I'll hand over the program. So, so dear participants, we have a few guidelines that will actually help run this session smoothly. First thing is that please mute your audio and video at all times, just so that we do not have any kind of interference. And then you can, if you want to ask any questions, please use your during the session, or most of the questions will be taken at the end of the session. But if you have any questions in between, you can actually post it in the chat box, and please make sure that you sit in a proper internet place where you have proper internet connection, and the registration, the attendance link will be actually posted at the end of the session, where you will be using a registered email ID to fill the form. So you'll be using a registered email ID to fill the form. So that's all from the announcement side. So we'll be moving towards the first session for the day, and the topic for this day is Introduction to Fusion 360 user interface, followed by solid modeling with examples by Mr. Riaz Ahmad. So Mr. Riaz Ahmad is a CAD engineer, and he has completed his BTech engineering from MPNM MJ Engineering College, affiliated to Anna University. He has 16 years of increasingly responsible experience in conducting CAD training. He has trained more than 5,000 students, industrialized professors in CAD-based tools. He's certified as PTC certified instructor for Creo certified as Autodesk certified professional in AutoCAD, certified as Autodesk inventor, certified professional in inventor. He has in-depth knowledge of and experience in CAD training, planning and analysis and training implementations. He has trained working professionals in industries like Delphi Connection Systems India Limited, Kochi, Kerala, Cameron Officials, Coimbatore. Apart from this, he also has various knowledge on tools like AutoCAD, Electrical CAD, Inventor, Creo, CATIA, Mini Graphics, Fusion 360, and others. So we are so glad to have you, sir. I request you to take over this platform and then go ahead with your session. Over to you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Daniel, sir. So good morning to all. So myself, Riyaz Ahmed. So very thanks to the college management of Lendi, and then Mr. Daniel, sir, and also Mr. Rajesh Yadav, sir, from Autodesk, and Bhaskar Rao, sir, from Design Labs, to giving me this wonderful opportunity to present about the Fusion 360 before you actually. So let me share my screen and then let us start with Fusion 360.
Daniel, sir, are you recording the session?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, we are recording the session, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please go ahead, sir.
Is it possible to see my screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible, sir.
So, as already Rajesh Yadav sir said, so Fusion 360 is not only used for modeling purposes, it is used for various purposes. So, let me show something, what are the things it can be done in Fusion 360. Excuse me. See, hope you all installed the Fusion 360 software tool actually. So hope you see my Autodesk Fusion 360 tool. So it may be appear like this only. So while getting into the Fusion 360, you may see the workspaces. So different workspaces are there. So let me click on here. So these are the different workspaces. So that is design, generative design, render, animation, simulation, manufacture, drawing. So design is a place where you can create your sketches and then you can convert the sketches into models. So not only sketches, you can bring the images and then you may convert that images into 3D models. So that only we're going to see today in solid modeling part. So not only that, so we can go ahead for you can go ahead with generative design also. So generative design basically it is AI based module, AI based workspace. So what are so hope you all know about that is AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. That if you give some inputs about your designs, you may get the designs from the software itself. So that's why that's what we're going to do in generative design. So we're going to give some inputs, and then we may get a automated designs. That is the design which is generated automatically by the Fusion 360 software, and it may give some lot of solutions and then lot of designs. So you may choose any one design based upon your requirement. So that is the generative design workspace. And then in render workspace, you may convert the model into a realistic images by applying some light effects, and then you may color the models, so painting effects. So it may be you may convert a model into a realistic model actually. So with the help of rendering features. So a lot of rendering features are available in Fusion 360. And then in animation, you may create, you can assemble the components which was already created in design, and then you may give some motions. That motion, it might be a reciprocating motion, translation motion, different kind of motions, and then you can see the dynamic part of the machines, how they run it actually. So the same kind of thing you can see in Fusion 360 software too. At the same time, there is a workspace for simulation. In the simulation workspace, you may analyze the analyze your design which is made in Fusion 360. So there are different kinds of simulations are there. That is normal structural analysis and then thermal analysis. Different kinds of simulations are there actually. So you may even computation fluid dynamics analysis is also there. So that is also we're going to see in this 5 days workshop how the simulation can be performed. And then at last, actually we have to create a manufacture product, right? So the manufacturing module also incorporated in this Fusion 360. So you may go ahead of machining process with the manufacturing. So you may create a milling process, and then you may create, you may give a Pakka setup for machining. So you can go with any kind of machining process, both the 4-axis, 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis, what kind of machining process you can do it. So the same thing you can simulate here in this manufacturing workspace, and then you can proceed with. So at last, there is a module called drawing. So where we have to, where we need to convert that. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. So the participants are asking you to speak a little bit louder, please.
Okay, sorry. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine.
What
the
I
next
suggest
option
you, sorry, Mr. Riyaz, put your headphones. I think that will be more easy.
Okay, sir, okay, sir, okay, fine. The next thing is work drawing actually, where we can create the drawing either from design or either from animation. So both the things you can do it. So even from animation, you can create your drawing actually. So the drawing, it may be consists of different models and then different kinds of views. Each and everything would be there. The views, it may be not only views, dimensions, bill of materials, and then title blocks, and then what kind of projections, angle of projections is used in that particular drawing. So everything you can do, you can create a Pakka drawing based upon the designs which was already created in Fusion 360. So based on this, only we going to do it. So not only this, actually, these are all the parts majorly used for designing the components and then for further proceedings. Not only this, you can go for, see here, let me click on here. So there you can create electronic designs also. So there is, you can create the PCB board designs in Autodesk Fusion 360. So there are electronic libraries also there. Lot of predefined components, electronic components, which is available in the electronics library. From there, you can create the electronic design. Okay. Now let us start with, before that, let us start with the designs. Before that, just let us understand the user interface of Fusion 360. Actually, initially, hope everyone has. Yes, Vivek Pratap sir, you can unmute your mic and then speak.
Vivek, sir, you can speak.
I think by mistake he has raised his hand.
Okay, okay, sir. So maybe you can take the questions at the end of the session, sir. You can continue with your presentation.
You continue, sir. Clarifications are this thing you can do later at the end of the
Okay.
session. Ask one by one at that time.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so initially, hope you all members have installed the Fusion 360 software. So by default, the first step would be a quick setup step. So this it may be appear while you open the Fusion 360 at the very first time actually. See here in quick setup, while you start with the Fusion 360, we have to define our units, in which units we going to create our drawing. See, by default, the units is in mm, standard SI unit actually. So if you need to change these units into some other units like centimeter, meter, or inches or feet, you can change here. Now let us consider as mm as our units actually. So let us proceed with the mm itself. Okay. And then the second step is navigate and view. Actually, if you are new to CAD means you can choose the CAD experience as new to CAD. Or else if you are already using some other tools like SolidWorks, Inventor, Alias, Tinkercad, PowerMill or other some other tools means if you need to switch over from that particular tool to this Fusion 360 means it is very easy because the navigation between you and then that is the what how you going to use the software, the navigations things like zoom, pan, orbit, how to rotate the model. So that one of the things that is software to software it may be differ actually. So if you're already using SolidWorks, see if you click on SolidWorks means the same navigation tools like a pan. For pan actually you may have used control plus central scroll button, and then for zoom shift plus central scroll button, and then orbit mere central scroll button. By using this you may navigate with the models actually. So the same kind of setups you can follow here also. So based upon your previous experience CAD tool, you may set up these things in Fusion 360. But if you are new to CAD, that is if you are new to computer design software tools means you can choose new to CAD itself. So here what the tools you may use for pan, zoom, orbit is, for pan you may use the central scroll button. So just to click on the central scroll button and then move wherever you need it. Based on that, based on your mouse, the screen it may be, that is the model can be moved actually. So for zoom, just by scrolling the central scroll button front and back, and then you can zoom the model, that is towards inwards and outwards actually. Zoom in and zoom out process that it can be done by here. And then in for orbit, that is if you want to rotate the object, you may use the shift key and then central scroll button. So these are the quick setup tools because the units and then the navigation that can be done it here. And also if you are new to CAD means, then you can go ahead with start using our learning platform which is created by Fusion Autodesk actually. So already Mr. Rajesh sir said we are using lot of, we are providing lot of learning platforms and then links as well it is. So just click on here. See, if you click on start here means you may direct it to the Autodesk web portal. So there you can see a lot of things or the table of contents, Fusion 360 fundamentals, and then 3D modeling, assembly, manufacturing, Fusion 360, generative design, electronic design, simulation, design documentations. See, a lot of things are there actually. So even the modules, see Fusion 360 fundamentals, what are these? If you are introduction, if you are learning new Fusion 360 means you can go for introduction Fusion 360. So here, if you are doing modeling means you can start with your 3D modeling, And then for assembly, if you need to learn about assembly means you can go with this here. Different options are there actually. And then for manufacturing purposes, additive manufacturing purposes actually, that is for 3D printing and all. And then Fusion, lot of in Fusion 360, lot of extensions are there. So that it may be of machining extensions or design extensions, different actions you can use it by here. And then for AI-based tools, that is generative design, you may, if you need to learn about generative design means here a lot of modules are there and then videos. Even if you need to create some electronic designs, so then if you need to like PCB board designs, all the things you can learn it from here. So a lot of the simulation tools and then design documentation. So still they are working on the new things also actually. So these are the learning platform which is provided by Autodesk, where you can learn new things that is about Fusion 360. And based upon the let us go to the other phases in user phases, and then see this is, it may be called actually a data panel. If you click on here, the data panel will be open. So here our all projects, it may be get saved. By default, you may see these things. So libraries, samples, basic training, camp samples, design samples, these are the things by default it may be occur. If you create a new project means, if you need to create a new project, if you click on you can click a new project and then you may start working on there actually. And then this, it may be the team assignments actually, where you can access the different teams. So team, you are a member of Autodesk and then Riya's project. Actually, myself member of two teams. That is, one is Autodesk and then this is my own team actually, Riya's project actually. So here you can access the team. Okay, let me close this data panel. So just by click on the same. Excuse me. So just by clicking on the same that 9 dots, you can close the data panel also. So whenever you needed the data panel, you can just click, it will get up here, and then you can access into different projects and access your files. If you, after opening the file, you just switch off, hide the data panel by clicking on here. Okay, and these are the new, if you need to create a new design, or if you need to save or export, or you need to go for 3D printing of the model you have created, you may go ahead with this menu actually. And then for saving the document, you may use this one. And then this is this file name is named by default, it was named it as untitled. So if after saving that, you may give the title for that one actually. And actually now we are in this space. So if you need to change your workspace, if you can click on here, and then you can change into the different workspace wherever you need it. So by default, it was get into the design workspace. So in design, if see now we are in design workspace, what are the tabs are available here? Solid tabs are there, surface tab is there, mesh tab is there, sheet metal, plastics. That is, you may create a solid design, solid modeling design, and then you may create a surface modeling, and then you may create some surface based features like with the help of mesh, and then you may create sheet metal components with the help of sheet metal tab. Yeah, and also you may create a plastic part designs also, so with the help of mm, plastic tab. And then different utilities are there actually, so you may add down some add-ins, and then you may inspect the model where you had which was created in Fusion 360, or else you may bring with some other tools by exporting, by importing. And then if I go with the change the workspace, see, let me switch over to the render. Automatically my workspace change into rendering environment. See, in render, only one tab is there. So there is no design, there is no solid, there is no surface, and then there is no wireframe. See, there is no other module. See, if I click on manufacture or somewhat generative design. See the modules which is essential for generative design. Only that thing it will be available. See here it is defined. It has to create a new generative design. If I create means it will open about the tabs which is needed for generative design. That only will get appear. See if I click on animation, the animation based tools only will appear. So you may switch over to one workspace to any other workspace, even the middle of the project. So that is possible here. So, and then these are the tools, and then this it may be called a browser actually. So if you need to hide this one, you can hide it by clicking on this arrow mark. So if I click on, it may be get enable viewing. So after setting up the quick setup, you just close this one, and then this is maybe called as a view cube. So where you can switch over from one view to another views, and then you may bring back to the home view. So that also possible. See front view, and then you may view by with the help of view cubes. You may go for some isometric view also, 3-dimensional view also. And then if I need to bring my model into the home view, just click on this home button. It maybe comes to the model will come to the home view actually. And then here are some of the tools actually. So free orbit tools. So and then here this is maybe used for panning. That is, you can move the model or you can rotate the model with the help of orbit or the look. And then you will change the display settings. See here the display settings options are there. So different display settings are there. Visual styles, environment, and then how it maybe get affected. Effects would be how the effects can be applied. Object visibility. If I need to switch off the works origin axis plane means I can easily switch off. I turn off the visibility by just clicking on these check boxes. If I need to turn off the visibility of sketches or some other joints, that also possible here. So these are the things, and this thing it is main area actually it is. So this it may be called as a timeline. So whenever you create a new things in this model, each and everything it may be captured in the timeline. So the timeline it denotes not only capture, it denotes the way of model has been created, the step by step. So the first the sketch it may be created, after the sketch it may be that component may be converted into solid model with the help of some other creation tools like extrude, revolves or some other tools. Okay. So in this is the user interface of Fusion 360. Yeah. So hope you may observe that this Fusion 360 is not only a modeling tool. This is a total solution software. This is maybe called as a total solution software. So the software which gives the total solution for a design-based industry. That design-based industry, it may be used for creating not only machines or some mechanical assemblies, that it may be used for any kind of models which is helpful for some other engineering departments too actually. Even this, it may be used to design the PCB board, which is used for electronics engineers. Okay. So this is a total solution software where you may create the design and then you may generate the design with the help of some inputs, and then you may convert the designs into some realistic images, and then you may simulate the model. You may animate the model by motions, and then you may analyze the model with the help of simulation. Different kind of analysis are possible here, and then you may manufacture. You may set up a manufacturing setup with the help of this Fusion 360, and then you may convert that model into drawing also. Okay. So these are the possibilities we can done in Fusion 360. So this is a total solution software, and also it is a very user friendly. So this it has some very much potential software for not only for mechanical engineers, for all engineering disciplines actually. Okay, now let us start with a simple design actually. Okay, so now let me consider here. Let me share one drawing for you actually. So here it is. So here in Google, I had search for lampshade design. So if you go for lampshade design means you may see the different lampshade styles are there. See here different lampshade styles are there. Let me open this one. So these are the different. So these are the different lampshade styles. So as like this, we going to create our own design for the lampshade. Okay. So let us create the half of the portion in a paper. Let me create. So I already have that file. Let me show it off. So here I have the half of the lampshade, which we going to create now. So this is the image. See in this image, the half of the lampshade profile is drawn with the help of some pencil, and then make the measurement with the help of scale. It is measured, it is clearly mentioned as 135 mm on the base. Okay. So this is a rough sketch. So where we usually create, we may call this it as a conceptual design. We may call this as a conceptual design. So this concept concept is going to be converted into design now actually. So we're going to bring this sketch into Fusion 360, and that Fusion and we're going to convert this sketch into solid model. How this it can be done here in Fusion 360? Let us explain this. Okay. So come to the Fusion 360. Okay, I'm going to insert. See here, there's an option. See, design. We are in the design workspace. There's an option called insert. Let me click on here, insert. In the insert menu, the lot of options are there. Lot of options are there. In that, the third option is canvas. So where you can bring an image to this Fusion 360 planes. Okay. So let me click on canvas. So it has to insert the image from our projects, but actually my image is not in the projects. It is in my system. Okay. So now I have to insert the image from my computer actually. So there's an option called insert from my computer. Let me click on here. Actually, I saved in the desktop. Let me click on this desktop. And then there's an option folder called Lendy Institute of Engineering and Tech. So the first image is, the only one image is there. That is shape profile. Let me click on this one and then click on open. If I click on open, there is a dialog box gets appear. See, canvas. Canvas is there. I have to choose the face. See, and also you just notice that there are 3 planes are getting visible now. 3 planes are getting visible now. So these are the 3 planes. You may choose any one actually. So just move your cursor over there, or else you just go to the browser and then expand the origin. See, in the browser, there's an option called origin, right? We just click on the expansion button. Let me click on here. See here, these are the planes appearing there. That is XY plane, YZ plane, YZ plane. So these are the 3 planes are appearing in the Fusion 360. Let me choose XY plane. See, XY plane is this one actually. So if you move my cursor over here, it is highlighted here actually. Hope you all see. Let me click on this XY plane. If I click on this XY plane, automatically the image is attached with the XY plane. See, actually it is not visible. Just zoom here. See, my image is there. The 135 mm. So which I shown as the lampshade profile, that is on Fusion 360 now in the XY plane actually. So here by default the canvas opacity is 50. For being the 50 value, opacity value, that's why the image is getting showing it as some dull nature actually. So let me improve this opacity. See, if you improve the opacity, see, you can see your image darker actually. If you decrease the opacity value, the image it may be get dull in nature actually. Okay. So if you need to increase the brightness, you have to increase the canvas opacity actually, opacity value. So let it be 50 itself. Okay? And then by default it is displayed through, and then where it has to be placed, X distance, Y distance, and then scale, everything you can do it actually. Okay, let me click on OK now. So before that, let us move this center point to the origin point. So origin point, where the origin point it is, actually this is the origin point, where the X, Y, Z axis meets. That is the origin point of the model actually. So here we have to bring this origin point actually. So for that, what I have to do, see here, arrow mark options are there. By using this arrow mark, you may bring this origin point to the Fusion 360 origin actually. Let me move here. So before that, let me change the view into front view. Let me click on the front in the view cube. Let me increase the opacity. Then the image, it maybe looks somewhat brighter than now. Okay, now I'm just moving in X direction. Let me click on here, this arrow mark, and then let me move. See, somewhat it was get moved. Approximately it's okay. And then it has to be moved vertically also. So let's move the upward arrow mark. So actually it is not getting met. See, some gaps are there. Now actually the distance moved is 8 mm. If I give the value, see if I click on here and then let me change the value from 8 to 9. Let me move 9. Excuse me. So by default, it is 8 actually. Now I change it to 9. So if I change it to 9 means it moves toward far away from vertically actually, far away vertically actually. So let me change that into 8.2. Somewhat okay, but still it is upwards. Let me change the value to 8.1 actually. See exactly now it meets with the x-axis. So still it has to be adjusted on y-axis. So let me move the horizontal cursor actually. So towards backwards. So now it is moved 0.50 mm. So let me change the value it as minus 0.01. No, it's not get updated. 0.2 or else let us give 0.1 or else 0.2. See almost okay, fine. Or else 0.22. See now actually it means so our origin point and also the origin of Fusion 360 is now or at same point actually. So after bringing that into the same point, just click on OK. And then just bring the view into home view. See our Fusion 360 model is there. And then we may proceed to the next. But actually here the line distance, the bottom line distance is 135 mm. Whether the object, the Fusion 3 in after bringing this model, the image into Fusion 360, it maintains the same 135 mm. Surely it is not. We have to check whether the length it is 135 mm or not. If it is not 135 mm, we have to make that into 135 mm. So we have to scale the image. So for that, see now the canvas tool is there. I am just expanding the canvases. See, only one profile we are bringing so far. So just let me click on this one and then right click. So there's an option called calibrate. There's an option called calibrate and also there's an option called edit canvas. So if you need to edit the locations or position of that particular image means you can easily edit that one actually. So now let us go ahead with the calibrate option. So first let us change the image to the actual length where we needed actually, what we needed. Let me click on calibrate option. So after clicking on the calibrate option, it may ask to specify some point. That is from where to where we have to check it. So let me click on this point. Let me click on this point. And then until where we have to check it. So until this one, this end. See, check what is the length of this one. Excuse me. Just right click on calibrate, click on this particular point and also click on this endpoint. Oh, see the dimension now. It is 8.2222589 mm actually. So only 8 mm is there. Only 8 mm is there. But actually the thing it is what we needed. The image it should be of base of 135 mm. So we have to convert this image into 135 mm. So just to edit this 8.22 to 135. Just edit that value 8 to 135 and then click on enter. See the image is not there because the automatically the images get scaled up actually. So let me bring into the home view again. Let me click on the home button. See, the image is getting enlarged. At the same time, it is moved to some other location. So we have to bring back to the origin position. Okay. So let us recheck whether the distance is enlarged or not. Just go ahead with the again calibrate option. Again, pick on those 2 points. See, it approximately showing it as 135.44 because I just click move towards little bit outwards of what that frame, outwards of the corner actually. So that way it shows some of 135.44. Okay. So now the object, the image is converted into 135 mm actually. Okay. So just click on escape. And then now we have to bring this origin point to the original, that is Fusion 360 origin point. For that, just go ahead with the edit canvas option. That option you may get by right clicking on the shape profile. Just click on right click on the shape profile. Click on edit canvas option. See again the same dialog box, edit canvas dialog box is getting up here. If you need to reduce the opacity of the canvas, you just slide using the slider, or else you may give the value here. Let me give 50. See, then only you may see about the origins and all perfect. So that's why I had reduced the opacity of the object. Okay, let me click on to the front view. Now again, move your cursors towards upwards. So by default, as of now, it is on 120, but actually it is not coincident with the y-axis. So let us change this value from 120 to 125. Just to change it as 125. Yeah, it is fine now actually. 125 is fine. Or else you may just give 0.5 value. See, that is moved towards upwards. Or else give 0.25. Then it's fine. See here I have given it as 125.25 actually. See, now the horizontal line is aligned with our Fusion 360 y-axis. Okay, what next we have to do? We have to move horizontally. Just move as like this. By default 50 mm. 50 mm is not sufficient because still it is on left hand side. It is not coincident with the origin. So let me give it as 50.5. Now somewhat okay. Let me give it as 50.75. Yeah, now it is somewhat okay. Let us give it as 50.7. Then it is fine, or 65 somewhere, something else. Okay. So let's give some 50.65. See, automatically this is the Fusion 360 origin, and the black lines, that is our lampshade center point actually. Okay. So after bringing it to the center origin point to origin point, just click on OK. So and then rotate the view cube into home view. See, now the object is turned into, convert the length into 135 mm, and also the same image is bring to the origin of our Fusion 360. So this object is going to be converted into solid part model. This image is going to be converted into solid part model. As like this, you can also create any sketch on your paper and then click a picture on that particular paper about your drawing. Then you bring your drawing to this Fusion 360 as like what I have did so far. Excuse me. Yes. Okay. So after bringing the sketch, we have to convert this sketch into solid part model. For that, I have to create my sketch. I have to create my sketch in this Fusion 360. This available sketch is a freehand sketch which is created in paper. We have that. We have to do the same thing in our Fusion 360 in a proper manner actually. Okay. So let us go with the sketch option. See here, you may create the sketch. Let me click on the create sketch option. And then you have to choose a plane. You have to choose a plane. See, it asks to select a plane or a planar face. See, by default, there are three planes, X, Y, Y, Z, Z, X. Actually, in this, we can bring our image in the XY plane. So the same plane, we have to choose it because based on that sketch only, we're going to create our Fusion 360 sketch, no? Because based on that image, only we're going to create our sketch. So where our image is located, it is located on the XY plane. So we have to choose the same plane. So let me click on the XY plane. Let me click on here. See, my image is on the back side. I can easily create lines based on my image. I can easily create my lines and curves based on the images. Okay. See, let me try with the line option. See, if I click on sketch and then let me click on, after clicking on the plane, a new tab called sketch is getting appeared. In this sketch, only the tools which are all needed to create sketch, that are all the things only it is available. See, line, arc, rectangle. So by with the help of this one, you may create different entities of sketches. And then there is an option called modify. So with the help of modify tools, you may modify the sketches which is created here. And also there's an option called constraints. There's a group of symbols, it may be called as a constraints. So constraints are all the constraints which you going to apply for your design actually. So that constraint, it may be a geometric constraint or it may be a dimensional constraint. Which are all the constraints? If that is, if you provide a constraint by means of a quantity based, that is value based, that it may be called as a dimensional constraint. The constraints you're going to apply based upon the geometry or shape of that particular geometry, that it may be called as a geometrical constraints. Okay. So these are the different geometrical constraints. It's mentioned here actually. So here it may be horizontal vertical constraint or it may be a coincident constraint, tangent constraint, different kinds of constraints are here actually. And then inspect elements, insert images. So these are the things available in the sketch tools. So with the help of these tools, I'm going to create our sketch based upon the image is lies back as a background. So let us start with yes, Brijendra Singh sir. We are requesting to annotate the chat content. Let me click on the decline button. Okay, now let us go with the line option. Let me click on line option. See, I can create a line over here. We all know actually the distance between this point to this point it has 135 mm. So let me click on here and then move my cursor towards rightwards. By default, it's showing some dimension. It has 115 mm. Now I need to change that into the dimension which is needed by us. So let me change that value as 135 mm. See, if I give 135 mm, it exactly met our image because we already convert that image length it as 135 mm in canvas's calligraphy option. Let me click on this enter. In canvases, we already edited this one. See, now I had given it as line 135 mm, a horizontal line. Now I created a horizontal line for the length of 135 mm. Again, go ahead with the line option. Let me click on the line again. Start from origin point. Let us move our cursor towards upwards. Let me give the value as 192 mm actually. Let me give the value, the height value as 192. Click on enter. The height is also fixed. Now again, go with the line option. Let me move my cursor towards the rightwards. Here I'm going to create a horizontal line for the length of 25 mm. Let me give the value as 25 or else 24 somewhat. Let us give the 25 itself. Let me click on 25, give a type 25 and then click on enter. See, that's all. So we have created 3 lines for the length of 135, 192 and then 25. But actually this curve, it is not a regular form of curve. It is not a circle or it is not a line or it is not an ellipse. So it is not an irregular form of curve. It is a irregular form actually. Okay. So for creating irregular form of curves, we may use the spline option. Here there is an option called first point fit point spline actually. Let me click on the fit point spline and then let me start from here. Let me click on here. Move your cursor towards downwards. Let me click on the first point here and then let me click the points one by one on the curves. Let me click on the first point here. So let me click one by one point on the curve. So for zooming, I'm using the central scroll button. And then for panning, I can use the central scroll button. For zooming, I have to scroll the central scroll button. But for pan, I have to hold my central scroll button. I just have to click the central scroll button and then hold for a while. And then I have to move my cursor. So then only the object maybe get moved. So I had completed my irregular spline. Let me click on enter. So if you need to adjust some curvature means you can do it here. So as of now, we had completed the half cross section of our lampshade profile. Let me click on the finish sketch. Let me click on the finish sketch. Actually, we had created the profile. So from this profile, we can convert this profile into solid part model. So we are not in need of the image now. So from here, the image is not required actually. So, but actually the image is getting visible. See the black red color line is there. So already the image is getting visible. So, but it is not needed now because we created the profile based upon that particular sketch. So if I need not, if I not need means I can switch over to the, I have to turn off this images actually. So let me bring my view into home view. So I have to turn off this canvases, right? See in canvases, the shade profile by beside that shade profile icon, see there is an icon called in the shape of eye. If you click on that one, automatically the image it maybe get hide, or else you make hide here also by clicking on this one. So in this way, we had created our sketch. So this is the way we can create the sketch in Fusion 360. Any doubts so far for anybody? As of now, what we had covered. Okay.
I think you can continue, sir.
Is it okay? Actually, I'm just rushing out or somewhat very slow, as like that. Is this speed of teaching is okay for you?
Yeah, they're responding in the chat, sir. Yes, they're saying it's okay and clear.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. Thank you. Now we're going to convert this into solid model. So for converting this, I can go with an option called revolve, which is available in the create group of the solid tab. So in this create group, there is a n number of options are there. So all these options are used to convert, going to create a solid model. So it is helpful to use it to create a solid model. In this, especially from extrude to emboss. So these are the tools it may be used to convert a sketch into a solid model. Okay. So in this, for creating this lamp shape profile, I am going to use the revolve option. Let me click on this revolve. Actually, the same icon is present here also. So I can use this also actually. Okay. So just for explaining purpose, I click on this create option because there are a lot of options are there. You also have to aware about that one actually. So for that only I just click on here, or else I can usually I can go with this icon. Let me click on here. See, now it has to select the axis, select an axis and also profile. By default, the profile is get selected. See, here it is one selected. Because already the profile is created, that is only one profile is available in the Fusion 360. That's why automatically the Fusion 360 detected that particular profile. And then we have to select only axis alone. See, for revolving, we have to create half cross section. So that half cross section of that particular object is created with the help of a picture. That picture it may be converted into a sketch. That profile is created in this sketch actually. So on this, we have to choose axis. So axis, we can choose it by here actually, or else you can choose it with the here also, or with the help of origin is present in browser. See, there is an origin option. It's present in browser actually. So if you expand the origin, see by clicking on this arrow mark, you may see the different axes. See what are the axes present over here? X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis. I can choose Y-axis. See, if you click on Y-axis, automatically the profile maybe get rotated with the help of Y-axis. So you may create a cylindrical based component. See, the revolve option is usually used for creating any kind of cylindrical based component. So for using this revolve option, we need of two things. One is axis and another one is sketch. Okay. With the help of these two, we can convert this into a solid model. Okay, let me go ahead with the next. So we have chosen the profile and then we have chosen the axis also. And then the extent type, whether it is a partial or some other else actually. So let us consider with the full. Why we need to give angle? So if you need to give angle, you can go with partial. If it is a full rotation, that is a 360-degree rotation means you can go ahead with full option itself. If you need only for 180 degree or some other angle like 120 or 270 degrees. See, let me do that one actually. So let us give partial. Now it has to specify the angle here, right? So by default, it is 360. Let me change the 360 into 180. See, only one half is created now. So that too in one direction actually. That is in anti-clockwise, clockwise direction. If I need in another direction, see the direction is on one sided. I need on two sided. Both the sides I needed actually. I can change this into two sides. And then the angle it can be mentioned on the other side also. See, angle 1 is there, angle 2 is also there actually. It is not represented as 1 and 2, but actually here it is mentioned as two columns. See, let me give the one angle valued as 90 and another angle valued as 180. See, I have to rotate this object. For rotating object, what I have to do, let me click on my central scroll button of my mouse. Let me click on the central scroll button of my mouse with the help of shift key, and then I just move my cursor. I'm just holding the shift key and also the central scroll button, and then now I'm moving around. I just move my cursor, automatically the object it may get rotated. See, this is my shared profile. From this profile, in one direction, the object is getting rotated for 90 degree, and another direction, it may be get rotated for 180 degree because we are given the value as like that here. So that is one now. On one side, it is 90 degree, and another side is 180 degree. Okay, let me change that into symmetric. Only one angle, 90 degree. So on both the sides, same angle. So symmetry, we all know about actually. So based upon plane or axis, the symmetric distance and then symmetric angle, the same angle and same distance on both the sides. That it may be called as a symmetric actually. And then let me change the value as 180 to 120. See, on both the sides, 120 degree. So as like this, you can do it actually. But for our drawing, our lampshade profile, actually the extent type, you may choose it as full. You may choose it as full. The operation is a new body. Actually, this is the first body we're going to create it because this is the first 3D element we're going to create in this particular tool actually. Okay. So let me choose the operation as new body itself. Some other options also there. That is join, cut, intersect, and then new component, different options also there. So for performing the Boolean operations, that is a Boolean operations means here I mentioned the Boolean operation, it has a join, cut, intersect. That are all the thing available if already you have some other solid object in our particular design, then you can join this design into the existing design with the help of join option. And also you may remove the material of the existing design based upon the new design. So as like that, you can choose the Boolean operations. But here there is no other objects are mentioned here, already created here. This is the first object we're going to create. So let us go ahead with the by default option, that is a new body itself. Okay. So let me choose the new body itself and then click on OK. So far we have created our lampshade top portion alone. That too on a solid actually. So we have to convert that into certain thickness. We have to convert this total object into thickness actually. So for that, let us go with the thicken option actually. Before that, let us understand how to change our display settings of the model actually. See here, there are different display settings options are there. See here, there is an option called display settings. Let me click on here. So in that, there are different kinds of visual styles are there. Let me choose the visual style option. Let me move my cursor to visual style. So there are different options, that is shaded with hidden edges, shaded with the visible edges. By default now it is shaded with visible edges option. Okay. If you need to change into some other options, you may switch over here. I need it as shaded alone. If I choose shaded means the visible edges are will not display. Let me click on here. See, the edge is not displaying now. Even the outer edge is also not displaying because we had click on the visual style, it has only shaded. There is no edges at all. Shaded with hidden edges. Even the hidden edges is also should be highlighted. Let me click on this one. See, the hidden edges are represented as a dotted lines actually. Visible edges are mentioned as a continuous line segments. It is a continuous curve. If you choose shaded with visible edges means this hidden curves, it may not get visible. See, let me click on here. See, automatically the hidden curve, it is not visible now actually. And then if you choose wireframe, it may be represented as like a curves. Let me click on wireframe. See, only line, arc, circles, edges, that only it maybe get present visible actually. Excuse me. See, only line, arc, circle, edges are there. So you can convert this, let me, some other styles are there. Wireframe with hidden edges. Even the hidden edges also get visible. And then visible edges only visible edges will visible. Hidden edges may not get visible actually. So as like that, you can change the different visual styles. Let me choose shaded only, shaded itself, okay. Even you may change the environment, effects, object display, camera, everything here. Now I change the visual style alone. Now what I'm going to do is, let me bring back to the home view. Now I need to convert this into a thickness. For converting the thickness, we have to go for modify option, right? So there is a group called modify. Let me click on here. See, let us see what are the options available here. See, a lot of options there. The fillet and chamfer is there. The very first option, because that is mostly used operations for mechanical engineers. Not only for mechanical engineers, for if you need to create any kind of designs, the fillet and chamfer is essential for making some edges, good edges actually based upon the requirement. And then the next option is shell option is there. That is the option we going to be used here for converting a solid object into certain thickness. The shell option is going to be used. So apart from this, what are the options available? Scale, combine, offset face, replace face, split body, shell load split, move or aligned, the move or copy the object, align the object, actually delete the object, removing, and then physical appearance also you can change it here. Okay. Okay, let us go with the shell option. So that is the thing we needed now actually, because we have to convert the solid object into certain thickness. So let me choose the shell option. Now it has to select some faces or body. So here, what kind of faces I have to select? I have to choose the face which is not needed. Actually here, I not need two faces. One is the top surface and another one is bottom surface. These are the two surfaces I not needed for this particular model. So let me choose this surface. And then let me rotate my solid model. For rotation, I already said that I have to choose the shift key and my central scroll button. If you press and held together, and then you have to move your mouse towards upwards, then automatically the bottom of the object may get viewed. Let me choose the bottom portion also. See, after clicking, there is an option is highlighted now. See, inside thickness. So what is the thickness I needed actually? Let us give the thickness value as 1 mm. Hope that is fine. So if you click on 1 mm, see the thickness, it may be of around like this. So either you just give 1 mm or 2 mm, that is fine actually. So based upon your requirement, you can give actually. Okay. And then the direction it may be, the thickness, where the direction may be added actually. So from where it is, the thickness is added in inside direction. If you choose outside, automatically the thickness it may be of lies outside. But actually that is not possible for this particular object. You have to choose it inside only actually. Because if you choose outside means that particular two faces or not, it may not get removed actually. So you have to choose inside. And then just bring back the original object to the home view. And then just click on OK. See, now the object is converted to certain thickness. So just check it by rotating the object. For rotating, shift key and then central scroll button, just click press the both things and then held together and then just move your mouse. See, you can see the object for the thickness of 1 mm. So in this way, we had converted a picture, that is image, to solid model. We have converted their picture into solid model. Okay, now let us create a hole over here. So how that it can be done actually? Let us go with the extrude feature itself. So not need of hole actually. There is an option called hole, that also you may create it actually. So create option, there's an option called hole option actually here. The whole option is available here also. So these all these option also you can use it, but for fixing the fasteners it is okay. But for removing the materials like materials and all, you may go with the extrude option. Okay. So let us go with the extrude option. So here, because we have to create a hole for just for removing the material actually. Because I'm going to create a lampshade like let me show it. Oh, sorry, there's no object there. Okay, no problems. Wait, let me share it out. Put my. Let me show how the final design it might be of. Okay. So here I'm sharing. So this is my final model. So in this way, we're going to create one night lamp actually, lampshade. Okay. So actually an arm is, it has to be designed, and then a base, it has to be designed. And then this is the part what we had created so far. For inserting this arm, we need a hole over here. So for that, we have to create a hole. Okay. So let us proceed with the Fusion 360. So let me close this one. So for that, I have to create a hole over here. So for that, for creating the hole, let me choose extrude option. Let me click on the extrude. See, for after after clicking on the extrude, it has to select profile, but there is no profile at all. So we have to create the profile first. So let me click on cancel. So let us create the profile first. For creating the profile, let me choose the sketch, create sketch option. Let me click on the create sketch option. And then I need to choose the plane where the profile has to be get created. Now let me choose this particular plane. The plane which is perpendicular to the XY plane. The plane which is perpendicular to the XY plane. Because in this way, in this direction only the hole it has to be get created. So for that I have to create a circle over here actually. So I'm just to choose the plane which is perpendicular to the XY plane. That is also divide the lampshade into two. Let me click on that plane actually. Okay. Now I have to create my whole profile. What is the whole profile? Actually, it is simple. Circle is the whole profile actually. Let me click on the circle. And then let me create a circle over here. Let me click on here. And then give the dimension of that circle. So I'm going to create 7 mm pipe, that is arm over there for pipe actually, for arm actually. 7 mm diameter. So here I'm going to create 8 mm hole. So for that I'm going to create a circle of 8 mm diameter. So we had created 8 mm diameter. Okay. Just click on finish sketch. Just click on finish sketch. And then bring your view to the home view. Now go ahead with the extrude option. Now go ahead with the extrude option. See, by default, the profile it gets selected, but actually the arrow mark is in right hand direction, but it should be in left hand direction because the arm it might be placed on the left hand side only. Okay. So based upon your requirement, you may get give the changes. Okay. Here I'm going to place my arm on the left hand side. So I have to create my hole on left hand side. That's why I just move my cursor towards backwards. Okay. For how much length it has to be the hole it has to be generated. So just click on the front view with the help of view cube option. Just click on the front view. So just reduce the extrude option until 15. See, 15 is enough. See, if you give 15 mm, then automatically the portion of this lampshade it maybe get removed for that particular circle actually, the circular diameter. Okay, 15 is enough. Just click on OK, and then just to check it before giving OK, you just check all the options. What are the options available in the extrude? See, you may create extrude, and then you may also create thin extrude. That is extrude for certain thickness alone, not for more thickness actually. Okay. And then there is an option called direction. Actually, by default, it is one-sided. If you need it in symmetric, both the directions, if you need whole means you go out with symmetric option also. See, both the directions you may get. But actually, for this diagram, you need only one side. So let us give it as one side. Okay. And then distance that you can grab it here, drag it over here actually, or else you can give the exact value on here also. Okay. And then taper angle, and then operation. What is the operation it has to be get performed? Actually, we have to remove the material for placing the arm. So we have to choose the cut operation. There's different options are there. That is join option is also there. Intersect option is also there. If you click on join means automatically the object is a solid object is getting is created. Okay. If you click on join option. Okay, objects to cut. Which object has to be get cut? Only one object is there. That is body one. So that object only has to be get cut. If there are n number of objects, you may choose the object on which object the material has to be get removed. So as like that, you may get selected actually. You may get click. You may get select. Click on OK. So now this is fine. Just click on OK. So in this way, I can create the lampshade top portion alone. Okay. So just let us save this option. Just let me click on the save option. And then the name, let me give you rename it as lampshade actually. Before that, let me go ahead with, let me cancel this one and then let me create a, as Rajesh has shared, let me create a new project for Lendi Institute. A new project is created now. Now I'm going to save it. So just to click on save option. Where the location, see the location, we have to choose it. We all know actually the Fusion 360 is a cloud-based software. You need not to save the object in your own system. The object, it can be stored in the cloud environment itself. See, let me click on here. So different kinds of project is there. In that the Lendi Institute project, which is we have created just now. I am just choosing that Lendi Institute. In that, let me create a new folder. See, there's an option called new folder. Let me click on a new folder. And then let me give the name it as day one. Just give one more enter just to open that day one folder. Sorry. It is get saved. So just click on the save as option. So Lendi Institute, in that Lendi Institute, just choose the location. Just double click on day one and then rename that untitled as lampshade. Okay. And then just click on save. Now my project is saved in Lendi Institute project. Just double click on this and double click on day one. Double click on day one. See, our lampshade model is there. Okay. So this it can be shared with anyone actually. This it can be shared with anyone. Actually. Okay. So already it is 11:50. So shall we take a break? Daniel sir? Sorry sir?
Hello.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes,
The voice is getting break.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on the host. We
Okay.
can
Shall we
take
take a 10 minutes break, sir? Now the time is 11:50.
Yes, sir.
Let us
Yes,
rejoin
sir.
at 12 o'clock actually.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
For
sir.
12:05 we will
Right.
rejoin actually.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Participants, there will be a break of 10 minutes. So kindly stay on. Thank you.
Participants, education will start at 12. Now it will start by 5 minutes. So feedback link, you're all asking about feedback link. Feedback will be posted at the end of the section. So kindly, feedback link will be posted at the end of the section. Please understand. Thank you.
Okay, shall we restart? So
We
let
can
us
begin,
resume
sir.
the session.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir. 1 minute. Now you can go ahead and share the slides, sir. I mean, the screen.
Yes, yes. So now we need to create the arm actually. So this is the first body actually. We have created the top of the lampshade alone. So now we have to proceed with the side arm actually. Okay. So for that we need a profile. Say actually let me show that drawing actually image. See, this is like it is like a pipe like feature actually. So the arm is like pipe like a feature. So we have to create the path of this profile because it is not a straight line. It is not a straight line. It is a curved line actually. So we have to create this path. After creating the path, we have to create a profile like a circular profile. We have to pass that circular profile through this path, and then we can convert that into pipe. So for that, there is a two option. That is, one is we may create with the help of pipe option. For that, we need not to create profile. There is another option called sweep. If you need to go with sweep means we have to create both path and then profile. Okay. Actually, this is a circular. This is a circular pipe. Actually, this is a circular pipes, circle in shape. Actually, so we may go ahead with the pipe option itself. So let us go to the Fusion 360. Now let us, for creating the path, let us go ahead with the sketch option. Let me click on create sketch. Now it has to select the plane. Which plane I have to select? Let me choose the XY plane. Let me click on XY plane actually. Let me click on this XY plane. So now I have to create my path of that particular arc. So for, let me choose an arc option. So in arc, there is different kinds of options are there. That is 3-point arc, center point arc, tangent based arc actually. Let me choose a 3-point arc. Let me click on this 3-point arc. So before that, let me choose a line because that pipe, it has to be inserted in this line. Let me choose the line. I have to visible the circle where we are, sorry, that is the hole where we had created. So for that, let us change the display settings. Go to the display settings, go to the visual style, and then choose visible with hidden edges. See, now you can see the hole where it has been created actually. Okay. So now I can create my path with the help of this hole because we have to place my line center of this hole actually, right? So let me choose this point as my start point of that particular path. Let me pick on here and then move my cursor towards leftwards. It automatically asks to give the value. By default, the value, see now the value is showing it as 28 mm. Let me give the value as 20. Let me give the value as 20 mm and then click on enter. If you give 20 and then enter means automatically the dimension maybe get locked for the length of 20 mm. Okay. Now I have to create an arc over here. Let me zoom out. So for zooming out, I'm just I'm just using the mouse with the help of a scroll button actually. So just scrolling up and down. You may zoom, you may get into the zoom in and zoom out actually. Okay, just scrolling the center scroll button up and down actually. Okay, and then let me click on the create arc option. In that arc, I just go ahead with the 3-point arc option. Let me click on the 3-point arc. Let me click on this point, this end point of the line. And then let me click somewhat around left hand side of that object, left hand side of the lampshade top portion. Let me click on here as like that. And then move I have to pick the third point. See, while placing the third point, I'm just move my cursor towards leftwards. I have to click where the arc is tangent to this line. See, just observe this point. Okay, observe this point actually. Okay, let me move my cursor towards leftwards from right to left. See, at one stage, see, a symbol is appearing, a line, and then a circle. That is a tangent symbol. So actually, it looks like this constraint actually. Okay, this actually this is the constraint is going to be applied between that line and then arc which is going to create it. Okay, see this point. See, I'm moving my cursor towards leftwards. I have to pick my third point. I'm going to pick the third point where the arc and that line is tangent. Let me click on here. See, now automatically the constraint is applied. See, after clicking, see, a symbol is getting appeared here. So this is the tangent symbol. So this looks like here, this right. So this is the constraint. It is applied. That applied without using this icon, just by moving my mouse itself while creating drawing, we can apply some of the constraints. So as like this, as like that, we are applying here. Okay. Okay. Now I had created one arc and I have to go into create another one arc. Let me go with the same option, create arc and the same 3-point arc option. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the same this end point and then point below. Actually, I'm going to pick a point over here. This point, it should be left hand side of this end of this lampshade. The left hand side of the end of the lampshade. Okay. So as like this, I'm just clicking a point over here. And also I'm just to pick a point over here. Here there is no constraint at all. Just picking a point over here. Let me click on here. Here I didn't apply any constraint for this arc actually between these two. Okay. Instead of that, what I'm going to do is just after creating arc, click on escape key on the keyboard. And then what I'm going to do is just go to the modify option and apply a fillet between these two arcs. And I'm going to apply a fillet between these two arcs. Let me click on the fillet option. Let me click on the fillet option and then just click on these two arcs. One is this one and another is this one. Now it has to specify the radius. See, it has to specify the radius value. By default, it was 60. Let it be 60 itself, like 60 or 40, whatever it may be. So based upon your requirement, you may give it actually. Now I have changed that 60 into 40. Just click on 40 and then enter. Give 40 and type 40 and then enter. Automatically that particular dimension has applied here. Okay. So now we had created the path. So in this part only, I have to create a pipe. Okay. So for that, the path is defined. For the path is defined. So just click on the finish sketch. Click on the finish sketch and then come to the home view of that model. So this is the home view. Yeah, come on. Okay. Now we have to create a pipe on this path. So just click on the create option. I already said there are two options. One is sweep option is there. For that, I have to create a profile, circular profile, and then have to pass that particular profile in this path. Or else I can go ahead with the pipe option. So here we need not to create any profiles. So already, actually it is a circular based pipe. So we can go with this pipe option itself. If the cross section is not circular means we can go with sweep. If the cross section is not circular means we can go with the sweep option. If it is a circular cross section means we can go with the pipe option itself. So that is very easy because we need not to create any profile at all here. Okay. So let me click on the pipe option. So this is the pipe option. So here I have to choose the path. Here I have to choose the path. So let me choose the sketch. After getting selected, check here. See the distance it is 1 mm and then section size is 100 mm actually. That is the cross section size. Actually, it is below 8 mm because we had created the hole of 8 mm here. So it should be below 8 mm. Actually, the pipe, let me give the value as 7.5 somewhat. And whether it is a hollow pipe or it may be a circular pipe, whether it should be hollow or it is circular. It is a solid, it should be a solid or it should be a hollow. Can anyone respond? It should be a hollow, yes. So then only because the wire it has to be get inserted. Because here we going to fix a light over here at the bottom inside portion. So here it should be a hollow one actually. So let us change, let us select the hollow here. Let me click on this hollow and then I have to choose the section size, section thickness. The section thickness by default it is 1.875 mm. Let us give it as 1.5. So in this manner we may get it actually. So let us give it as 1.5 mm. Let us give the thickness it as 1.5 mm. So until this end portion it may becomes, click on the front view whether everything is right. Yes, it may be started from here. Okay. So let us click on the home view. Everything is okay, fine. And operation. Actually, the arm is different. This top portion is different actually. So we have to create this arm as a separate body. So we have to create the arm as a separate body actually. So by default, the operation is new body only. Okay, if you need to create it as a separate body means you have to choose the operation as new body. Or else the both the object are same means you have to choose join option. If I need to merge this arm with the lampshade top means I have to choose the join option, join operation. But here it is not like that because this arm is separate, this object is separate actually. So let us go ahead with the new body option. Let's go with the new body option. Let me click on OK now. So I had created two bodies. One is lampshade and another one is arm actually. Okay. Now just let me change the display settings because by default I had chosen the display setting visual style it has display setting visual style of display setting it has hidden edges. Let me choose the visible edges alone or else let us choose shaded. See, pipe has been created, lampshade top portion has been created. So just rotate the object. See, in this way we may create it actually. Okay. Fine. See, we had created two bodies. Let me expand the bodies in the browser window. See, this is our browser window. In browser window, let us choose expand the bodies. How many bodies? Let me click on this arrow mark. See, there are two bodies are there. This is body one and then this is body two. I can rename the body. Actually, by default, it is body 1 and then body 2. With by default, the Fusion 360 software itself name it as body 1, body 2, and then if you create one more body means it may be named it as body 3. Okay, so let us rename the body name accordingly. Actually, let me click on this body 1 and then right click, choose the rename option. Let me click on the rename, name it as lampshade, name it as lampshade, or else you can change it as lampshade top. That is fine because it is a top only, right? Lampshade top. And then name this body 2 it as a, rename the body 2 it as a R. So we had created two bodies in this particular design. Okay, let me save this one actually. See, by first time while you saving it, the name, the object of the name, it is saved it as lampshade V1. Lampshade V1, that is it represented as version 1 actually. See, now again, let me save it as, let me click on the save button actually. And then version description, by default it is user saved. Let me click on OK actually. Let us see what the changes have happened actually. Let me click on OK. I think earlier it is saved as V, okay. Now it is renamed to V2. V1 is now renamed to V2 actually. See, if you keep on updating your drawing, it may be saved it as a different versions in the cloud environment. Okay, because this is a cloud environment. So if you keep on saving then and there means the each and every save, it may be saved as a version actually. Version 1, version 2, version 3 as well. Okay, let us do some other example. Okay, so let us complete. So we have to create the bottom portion also. So let us continue the bottom portion by tomorrow's class in freeform model. Okay, so let us go for some other some other example in solid modeling itself actually. Okay, so let us stop my screen and then let me share the next one. So hope you may see my screen now actually. So this is my next part. So this is a hook of an hook assembly actually. So for lifting any kind of heavy objects, we may use hook, right? So this is that kind of a part. This is a hook. How are we going to create this hook in this Fusion 360? So before getting into this Fusion 360, we have to read this drawing. So in what way we can create this one actually? See, the top portion, it is very easy portion actually. It is a cylindrical based portion actually. It is a cylindrical based part. So here it is mentioned as M52. It may be gas of diameter of 52, and then here the diameter portion is mentioned as 75, and then this portion, which is fit into the assembly part crane, that is it has some height of 170 mm actually. So this is easily can be done with the help of revolve command, and then We can create with the help of screw as like what are the things it may be used that it can be used it actually. So this is a simple portion. And then see the bottom portion actually. So in this bottom portion actually it is a hook. There are three different cross sections here. See at the end of the hook, it is of diameter 30 mm. At the end of the hook, it has the diameter of 30 mm. And then this center portion, it looks like somewhat triangle based portion actually. It is like some triangle based portion. It is not a cylindrical portion. And then this end, another one end, it has of 60. Actually, it is a 60 mm diameter. It can't be make it as some other. So it has to be mentioned as 60 mm diameter actually. So we have to connect three different cross sections. So this end of the cross section, end of the hoop part, it has of a diameter of 30 mm, and then starting part it has a diameter of 60 mm, and the middle of the hoop part it has of different cross section area. We have to create this cross section actually. Okay, let us create this one. So before getting into this, we have to create, and then this three different cross section is connecting with the profile, is connecting with the path actually. So the path, it may be of inside path and then it may be of outside path. So we have to create the path first. We have to create the path first. So we have to find which it has to be get created. So whether the inside profile has to be get created or the outside profile has to be get created. So let us read this drawing. See only the inside profile portion alone, the dimension has been given pakka. The outside profile portion is that there is no dimension at all. So even this for curve, what is the radius? There is no radius at all. This inclined portion of this curve portion, that is also, there is no dimension for that actually. But here we have the dimension. And then for this arc also we have some dimensions. And then this arc also we have some dimension actually. Okay. So this profile that it can be easily created actually. So how it can be get created? See, let us go to the Fusion 360. So hope you may see my entire screen now actually. Okay. So let me minimize this Fusion 360. Excuse me. Okay, I can't minimize this one. So let us just using the shift tab, let us switch over from this Fusion 360 to our image. Okay. Okay, let us create a, so let us create a new design. Click on File, New Design. And then let us go ahead with the Create Sketch option. Let me click on Create Sketch. Now I have to choose my plane. Which plane I have to be choose? Let me choose the XY plane itself. Okay, let me choose the XY plane itself. Let me click on XY plane. Now I have to create my profile. With the help of Alt Tab key, and just switch over to the another window. So here I have to create this path actually. So I have to create this path. So from center point, it may be of radius of 62. One more arc is there. One more line is there. And then here one arc is there actually. Let us go to the circle option. Create a circle. Now it asks to give the diameter. Let me click on here. Let me just click on here. Okay. I didn't give any dimensions at all. So how, after creating the curve, how we can apply the dimension? So we have to learn about that also, right? So after creating of circle, just click on Escape in keyboard. Just go ahead with the dimension option. See here, there is an option called Sketch Dimension. Let me click on here, and then let me select the circle. Move my cursor over here. I need the radius actually, but here it shows some diameter. So right click, just right click, don't click on, just click on right click. There's an option called radius, right? Just click on radius. Just click on radius and then click where the dimension has to be get created. So the value of this circle, it should be of 62 because already it has been given actually in the drawing actually. Let me click on, let me give the value as 62. Click on enter. Okay. So just give escape key. I had created the circle for the radius of 62. So this part I had created, and then I have to create an arc over here that should be tangent to the circle. Just go ahead with the Alt tab and then move to the Fusion 360. Go ahead with the create arc option. So this time, which option? The same kind of option. That is the 3-point arc option itself, we can use it actually. Or else we can go ahead with the circle option, either arc or circle. So I can go ahead with circle option because that is convenient for me. See how that is convenient for me. Just go ahead with the circle option. In the circle, let me choose the center comma diameter circle option. Actually, let me go ahead with that one actually. Let me give the center point over here. Let me give the center point on the first quadrant of this window. Let me click on here, and then it should be end on the second quadrant actually. So as like, see, let me click on here. See, while creating itself, I'm just applying the tangential constraint between the already existing circle and then newly going to be created circle actually. See, the tangent constraint is getting applied. Let me click on as like that. The tangent constraint is already getting applied there. So now the circle is get created. Click on escape key. And then I have to create a line over here because there's an option. There's a line over here. See, this is a straight line. We have to represent that also. Go ahead with Alt tab to move to the Fusion 360. Go ahead with the line option. Go ahead with the line option. The line it should be created, that is also should be tangent. So I have to create the tangent for this circle. So I'm going to create a circle which is perpendicular to this center point actually. Okay. So I'm going to start from here. I didn't pick a point over here. I'm just move my cursor over here and then just moving towards leftwards. Automatically the center point is getting highlighted and then it is extension point will also get highlighted. Let me click on here and then move my cursor towards upwards. Just to pick somewhere else. But that line should be a vertical one. But that line should be a vertical. It should not be a slanting one. It should be a vertical one. Okay, let me click on here. Because why I represent as it should be a vertical means, if you click on vertical means, see already the vertical constraint is also may get applied actually. See, the tangent constraint is also get applied for that line. The tangent constraint is applied between this line and then this circle, and then this vertical constraint is applied for this line. It should be vertical. The line should be vertical as in such way actually. Okay. Now this portion is not needed. For this, I can trim the portions with the help of trim option. See, there is an option called trim. Let me click on here. and then let me select here. Automatically the object which is unwanted, that is removed actually. Okay. Now I have to dimension this one, this arc actually. That dimension has been given it as 150. See here, the radius of this arc, it has been given it as R150. Alt tab, go with the dimension option, click on this arc. Let me click over here. How to give the dimension value? By default it is 111. Let me change that it as 150. Let me give 150 and then enter. Give escape key. And then see Alt tab. Let me move to the circle and then see here the diameter is 60. Actually the diameter symbol is not mentioned over here, but actually the diameter is 60. The diameter is 60 means from center it should be 30, right? From center the distance of the line it should be 30. Go to the Fusion 360 and then give the dimension value between this line and then the center. See, in this center we have to choose the origin point alone. For center we have to choose this origin point. Let me give this value. It has 30. Just give the value as 30. That's all. Escape. See, now the object is turns into black. Now the object is turns into black. If the sketch is converted into black means that sketch, it may be called as a fully constrained sketch. If the sum of the objects are in blue in color means it is partially constrained. If every object of that particular sketch is blue in color means it is not at all constrained. Okay. So this color represents whether the object is constrained or not. So constraint means what? We have to give some restrictions for that particular design. In what way? We may give in some these kind of constraints, geometrical based constraints, or else you may give some dimensional constraints in quantity based. Either quantity based or quality based. The quantity based it may be called as a dimensional constraint, the quality based it may be called as a geometrical constraints. Okay. Okay, now what I have to do is, it's a simple way. We have to create one more arc over here actually. Okay, so before that, one more dimension has to be represented. See, from here, from the center to this side, the height is mentioned. It has 190 mm. Let us give that also. Go to the dimension option, click on this center point, and then click on this end point. The height, it should be mentioned as 190. The dimension is given in the drawing actually. That's it. Okay, go to the Alt tab, sketch. So we have to create one more arc over here. Go with the Alt tab. So for arc, let me go with the circle itself because that is more convenient for me to go ahead with this. Okay, or else we can go for arc also. Okay, this time let me go with the arc itself. So go with the 3-point arc. Let me pick a point over here, and then the second point over here, and then the third point over here actually. See, while applying the third point, I'm just giving the constraint between the already existing arc circle and then this arc, the tangent constraint, right? So we have to click a point as like the tangent constraint is applied between the arc and the circle. Let me click on here. Oh, sorry, it is not created. No problem at all. So if the tangent constraint is not applied means we may use this option. See, let me click on this one, tangent. Let me click on the circle and then this arc. See, now the tangent constraint is getting applied. See, once it get applied, it may be shows like this symbol actually. Okay. Okay. What is next we have to do? We have to give the dimension for this particular arc, right? So go ahead with the dimension. Let me click on the dimension and then click this arc and then give the dimension. What is the value of this one? Go to the sketch object C. The dimension has been given it as 180 mm. The dimension has been given it as radius of this arc. It has been given it as 180 mm. So move to the Fusion 360. Click on here and then give the dimension value as 180. But actually, it was somewhat moved some around actually, some other place. Just click and drag it. Just click and then drag it. In what way you need it actually. As like that, you just click and drag it. Okay. So after that, give some other dimensions, which are all not yet given actually. Okay. What are the dimensions? See, from center to this end point, the height it may be of 65 mm, and then from the center and then the same end point, the distance it may be of 151. And this it may be called as horizontal distance. This it may be called as a vertical distance. So let us give as well in such a way. So go ahead with the dimension, pick a point over here, and then pick a point over here. So give the horizontal distance it as 151, and then the same end point and then the same center point. Vertical distance. Okay. So the vertical distance it has 65. Let me give the value as 65, enter. So the path has been created, but still this portion of this circle is not needed. Just go with the trim option, just remove it. But still the object remains in black in color. That is, it tells that the object is the sketch is fully constrained. So now we had completed our profile. Now we had completed our path actually. We had completed our path. Okay, what next? Let me click on the finish sketch now. And then click on comb view. Bring back your view into default view. Okay, we have to create 3 profiles. We have to create 3 profiles, 3 different cross sections. Click on Alt tab. So here one circle, here one circle, and then here one more profile. So for that, just go ahead with the create sketch option. Create sketch, but there is no plane at all. There is no plane at all actually. Okay, so just click on escape key. There is no plane at all this point and then this point. So we have to create a plane. So how are we going to create a plane? See, there's an option called construct. There's a group called construct. So if you click on this group, you may create plane, axis, edges, what are the things you needed. You can go ahead with this. So for plane itself, there are different kinds of options. In this option, I'm going to choose plane along path. So I'm going to create a plane along this path. Where the planes are needed, one plane is at this start point and then this end point. Another plane is at this end point. And one more, it should be here, but actually here, by default, there is a plane here. Why is the plane? It should be appear here. So we need not to create a plane over here. So we need to create a plane at this point and then this end point. So just to click on plane along path. And then we have to choose the path. Let me click on this path. And then let me move my cursor towards end. Towards end. So the distance it may be mentioned as 1. Let me click on OK. Okay. So at this point, a plane has been created. In the same way, we can create one more plane on the another endpoint. The same path, the cursor should be moved to this end, that is on this direction, it should be 1. Click on OK. So in these 2 planes, we have to create the 2 profiles. So just go ahead with the create sketch option. So choose the top plane. Let me click on this plane. So we have to create our circle because it is a cylindrical portion actually. Let me create a circle. So this is the center point. Actually, this is not a center point. This is one end point. Because we had created the path as from here. So we have to create our circle for 60 mm diameter as left hand side of our path actually. So in such a way we're going to create our circle. See, let me click over here. And then this is our endpoint. See, for reference, you may rotate your drawing view with the help of shift and then central scroll button. See, I'm going to create a circle as like this in such a way. Okay. So I created a circle and then give the dimension value. So just go with the dimension and then select the circle, pick a point over outside, and then task to give the diameter. So the diameter already we know about that value, it is 60 mm. Just give the 60 and then click on enter. And then still it is not fully constrained because actually this center point, it may be moved towards upwards or downwards actually. So it should not be get moved actually. See, it is getting moved. but it should not get moved, right? So we have to bring this in horizontal manner actually. So for that, just apply the horizontal constraint. See, for horizontal vertical, there is only one constraint option is there. Let me click on this one and then let me choose this point and then this point. Or else just see the horizontal constraint may not get applied. See, just click on this center point. So just click carefully, just click on this horizontal or vertical constraint. Let me click on this center point and then this end point. Now it is upright. The object is also turns into blue. Sorry, turns into black. Initially it was blue. If it is blue means it is not fully constrained. It is partially constrained. If it turns to black means it is fully constrained. So one profile we had completed. Just click on finish sketch. We had completed one profile. Just click on finish sketch. So we had to create one more profile at the another endpoint actually. So that is also very simple. That is also circle profile only. Okay. So let us go with the new sketch. Let us select this plane actually. Let me click on this plane. So we have to create a circle because at that end also same cylindrical portion. Just give the dimension. It is already mentioned as 30 mm diameter actually. So give the value as 30. And then give the same horizontal constraint. Let me click on the horizontal vertical constraint. Let me choose this point and then this center point. See, now this turns into black. Let me click on. So before click on finish sketch, let us change the view into home view. Let us observe whether the profile has been created in a right manner or not. Okay. So after that, let us click on finish sketch. Just click on home view. See, below our path only the circle has been created. Below the path only the circle has been created. So that's what we had needed because this is our path. The below only the circle has been, it should be created. Okay. So right only. So what we had did, it is right. So let us click on finish sketch. So two profile has been created now. Two profile has been created. So now we have to create this profile. Actually, this profile, it is not in this direction. Actually, you can the profile here it is shaded portion. The profile here it is shaded portion. That is that it can be view from top. That it can be view from top actually. For understanding purpose, here it is rotated into 90-degree direction and then it is represented here actually. Okay. For understanding purpose, for understanding this drawing, it may be rotated. Actually, it is this cross section. It may be look from top only actually. So okay. Now the same thing it can be created. It has to be created at this area actually. Okay. So let us switch over to the Fusion 360. Now click on create sketch. So the same thing that it can be created on this plane. On this plane. What is this plane actually? So just expand the origin. What is the plane actually? It is the XZ plane. XZ plane. Actually, it is the XZ plane actually. Okay. See, if I move my cursor over here, it is getting highlighted in the browser. See, if I move my cursor on this plane, automatically the XZ plane is getting highlighted. Let me click on here. So I have to create my cross section outside this area because our path is at here. So outside this path only, we have to create the cross section. So we have to create, so this is the path end portion. So we have to create the cross section over here actually. Okay. So we have to know about this end point. See, if I go with the circle, let me create a circle and then see. This point is not get highlighted. This point is not get highlighted. It is not getting shown. So it should be shown. It should be shown. Then only we can easily create the drawing after this endpoint. Okay. So for projecting this sketch, what we have to do is go ahead with the option create. There is an option called project or include. In that, different options are there. In that, actually the first option is project. Let me choose the project. And then which geometry it has to be get projected. So we have to choose this curve. Let me click on this curve and then just click OK. And then just click OK. Automatically the object may be get projected. Okay. So this is enough actually. So now what I have to do is I just let me create one circle until this end point of the projected curve. This point. Okay. For what purpose I create a circle means a circle is, see here it is a circle shape. No, it has a radius of 36 mm. So for this circle only I had created. Okay. So then we have to create a two lines over here. Let me create a line in such a way. One more line. Press escape key and then click on again line. Again press escape. Okay. Now these portions are not needed. Just go to the trim option and then remove it. Actually, these two lines are symmetric about this horizontal axis, right? These two lines should be symmetric about horizontal axis. So we have to apply symmetric constraint. So that kind of constraint we can apply. So just click on the, see, this is horizontal vertical, this is coincident constraint, this is tangent, equal constraint is there, parallel constraint is there, perpendicular constraint is there, fixed or unfixed constraint is there, midpoint, concentric, collinear constraint. So these are the default constraint which is available here. So if I need to get into the symmetric constraint means I have to choose it here. See, there's an option called symmetry. So just click on the symmetric constraint. Let me choose these 2 points. Because these 2 points, it should be symmetry about this curve, right? Just click on this curve. The same way, these 2 points also symmetric about this curve. That's all. So as like that, you just apply symmetric constraint and then have to create one more arc or a circle, anything. Just go ahead with the circle option. Just go ahead with the circle option, center diameter option itself. Okay. So let us create a circle extension of that center point to here to this end point. Okay. This circle should be tangent to this line. So apply tangent constraint. So click on tangent and then select this circle and then this line also. So just press escape key and then click on the trim option. Just remove the unwanted portions which is not needed. And then we have to give the dimensions. So every time I have to go with the dimensions. So what is the shortcut key? Is there any shortcut key? Just using the keyboard. See, for dimensions it is D. For dimension it is D. Just type D on your keyboard. So automatically the dimension is get highlighted. So I have to give the radius of this one. Let us choose this arc and then click a point over here. And what is the value of this one? The value of that one is 36 actually. Let me give the 36 and then click on enter. And then another side, radius it may be of 18 mm. Just click on this arc and then click on here and then give the value as 1818. And then the distance we have to represent actually the distance is 60 mm both the end points. That is the distance between these 2 points. It should be 60 actually. 60. And then the distance between this point, this end point, and then this end point, it might be of 98. Go with the Alt Tab option. So choose this end point. So that is not at all a problem. Just let me click on this end point. And then have to choose this point actually. If you click on this it what shows, it might be shows some of vertical distance, right? But it should not be shown like that. It should be arc tangent. Let me choose it. Go to the line dimension option. Let me choose, so instead of choosing this point, let me choose this arc. Right click. So whether the arc center has to be picked? No. The arc tangent should be picked. Let me click on this one. Again, this arc. Again, right click. Pick tangent, yes. So in such a way only we have to click. Okay, wait. Some error is there actually. We click at this point and then let's move somewhat away. So just let me drag this cursor just away actually. Okay. Now go ahead with the dimension. Choose the endpoint and then this endpoint. Actually, it is not showing. So we have to measure the distance actually. So just zoom it and then select it actually. So just to click on dimension, just move your cursor towards and then pick a point over here. Just pick a point. Don't select this curve. So just select this point actually. So just go out with dimension, select this point. See the point, it maybe get selected. And then you just select this arc. See, while selecting this arc, automatically if you click on any arc, automatically the software, it will take the center point only. But it has to be measured on the tangent. So right click, you just pick circle or arc tangent. You just select this one actually. So instead of selecting this point first, just let me choose this arc first actually. Let me go out with the dimension. Let me choose this arc and then right click, take that pick circle or arc tangent center to select pick circle or arc tangent and then pick this point. So exactly zoom the point and then select that point alone, not this line actually. Okay. Pick a point over here. See now the exact dimension between the tangential edge of the arc and then the point actually. Pick a point over here. And what is the distance? The distance value is 98. Just give the value as 98. Okay, now we have created all the three profiles. Now we have created all the three profiles. Just click finish sketch. Just click finish sketch. Now let us move to the home view. Just click on home view. So we had created one profile, sorry, one path and then three profiles. We had created one path and then three profiles, three cross sections actually. So now we have to connect all these stuffs. Okay. So how we can connect it actually? So there is an option called in create group. There is an option called loft. There's an option called loft. Let me click on loft. So in this we have to select the profiles first and also the guide types, the rights actually. So the profiles, what are the profiles actually? So we have to choose this one, the profile one actually. So in this, let us choose with centerline option because there is only one path, right? So let me choose the guide type, it as a centerline. Okay. And then choose the center line also. Let me choose this center line. See, if you choose this as a center line means you have to choose the center line. Let me choose this as a center line. And then I have to add the profiles. Let me click on here. Let me click on this add profile. Let me click on this add profile and then choose the second profile. And then click on again add profile, choose the third profile. See, in this way easily get connected. Let me explain one more time. Let me just click on cancel. So go ahead with the create option, move to the last option, how to add profile. So before that you just go choose change the guide, type it as rails or center line. So change it to center line because if there is n number of guideway means you may choose rails, but here is only one path. If there is n number of path, there is a 2 or 3 path means you may choose guide type it as rails. But here only one guideway is there. That is only one path is there. So for that purpose, we just choose guide type it as a center line. So the center line should be this path. Let me choose this as a center line actually. Okay. And then we have to add profiles one by one. So you have to add the profiles one by one. That also should be in the same order. Okay. How the profile get be connected actually. So just click on add profile. So just click on the first and then click on add again and then click on the second and then third also. Sorry, is not correct. Go ahead with the create loft center line. Center line is this one. Profile is this. Second profile is this one. Third profile. So you need not to go for plus symbol. You can easily just click on selection. This should be a third one. So in this way easily you may create the hook. Just click on OK now. And then at the end of the hook, actually there should be a radius fillet should be there. The R5 should be there. So let us apply on that direction. Let me click on this one. So just go with the fillet option. Let me click on here. Let me choose this also. And then the radius it should be of change the radius from 0 to 5. See here it is getting applied. Just click on OK. So we have created the hook now actually. So we may save this LND day 1 dash hook. Just click on save. See the very first while I'm saving the object, any kind of file that it may be version named it as a hook version 1 actually. If after some time if you do some alterations and then you again save it means it may be saved as V2 actually. So this is what solid modeling that it can be done with the Fusion 360. So for tomorrow we have to go ahead with some freeform modeling. So based on the freeform modeling we may create the base for the slam shade actually. So that is our tomorrow session. Is there any doubts on today's session?
Dear participants, if you have any questions, please use the hand raise option so that I can unmute you. We have one Mr. Dr. Ravindrayan Sethi, sir. Sir, can you please ask a question? You're unmute, sir.
So kindly again do the last part of that circle. How to
Sorry sir, I can't hear you.
Say,
Ravi Narayan sir, your voice is getting break actually.
I think he is having connection issues.
Okay. Sir, could you able to text in chat box? Ravi Narayan sir. Just post
Yes, sir.
your text in chat box. then I can mute because I can't hear you properly.
Sir, sir, we have one question from the chat box, sir.
How to download the procedure of Fusion 360 for packages?
Yes, sir.
Sir, Muhammad
Yeah.
back, right? Sir,
No.
he is asking about the procedure of Fusion 360. Sir, whether you are asking about the software or any other else?
Sir, we've actually shared the PDF that Mr. Bhaskar sir has shared with the participants. So the PDF has all the details on how to install software and all. So,
Okay, one more doubt.
yeah.
Sai Soumya Srivallu. Can we add material? Yeah, we can add material to the profile actually. So that we will see the same, that will look in next further sessions actually, in rendering portion. Okay.
Any more questions, dear participants?
Sambatsar is asked to install only.
Sir, Nanduri Narayan sir has actually raised his hand. I'm unmuting him.
Please.
Good afternoon. The session is very excellent, sir. Excellently explained. There is a few actually last day only they have shared how to install the software, but there is some error we are getting because when I am able to log in through my university mail ID, it's denying my access. I think that I said to co-host also. I think it is better to solve this issue. Otherwise, anyhow, means I have installed the trial version and have. Sir, any books we have to refer? I think the recording is very good, and if you share the links, we can participate in that. We can simultaneously do it.
Okay, sure.
If any books are available, if any are there, otherwise no issues, sir.
Sir,
Anyhow, they are going to share with them. Anyhow, the session is excellent, sir. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity.
Thank you, Nandra, sir. Sir, actually, in Autodesk itself, initially I shared some of the links, no? So there itself you can find the materials. So the PDF, videos, a lot of materials are there. What are the doubts if you need to ask, you may go through that also. And also I share my contact number.
Sure.
You may contact me or myself also, okay?
Sure, definitely. Thank you.
And then if you find any difficulty to install the software, means you also contact myself also, no problem.
So maybe you could have a, yes, sir. Maybe you could have a session, not a session, maybe right after your session. I actually asked Bhaskar sir to share on how to install the software. So what are the technical difficulties that might be that people might be getting. So if it is okay with sir, maybe he can actually share that right after your session, sir. After the question and answer session.
Okay, sure. So any other doubt from any other participants, please?
Mr. Daniel, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you can share that document to all people. That will be helpful to them.
Yes, sir. I'll do that, sir.
Yeah.
We want to share it in the group, sir.
You put it in the
We've already
group. Let
shared.
them
Yes,
use
yes,
it.
yes.
Still, if they
Yes,
get
sir,
any
yes.
doubt, thereafter also I will help them. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. I've already shared with them in the group, sir. I think still they're having a little bit of confusion on how to.
సార్ మీకు ఏ ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది సార్ మిస్టర్ సార్ అది ట్రయల్ వెర్షన్ వాడుతున్నాను అన్నారు కదా
Narayan, sir.
నారాయణ సార్
Yes, sir. Sir, you can talk now.
Yeah, sir. Just now I have downloaded 360 trial version only. It's a 30 days version. I have got it. The details I
Okay.
think I have shared with the Daniel sir, or someone has pinged me to join the
Okay.
meeting. I have shared the details. What is the error I am
Okay.
getting it?
Okay. The error print you send it to me, sir.
Definitely, sure. Thank you very much. I will share it. Actually, I share through my university mail ID only. I logged in, but even though it's sharing, that's a limited one, and my details, everything, I will share with you, sir. Please help me.
Oh, no problem, sir.
Definitely.
Actually, there is a question from chat box. Ms. Sabi Tamkin. Sorry, I can't spell your name actually. What is the difference between new body and new components in revolve option actually? So the new component, so component is a part of assembly actually, and then body is a part of component. So you may aware about the multi-body, right? So even a single component have two different bodies actually, but the component is a part of an assembly. So if you go to create a new component means that should be a part of an assembly. That is a separate component. So body is a part of component. So hope you understand. If still any doubt means just ping in chat box.
Riya, sir, are you giving any exercise tomorrow for the participants?
Yes,
Small
sir.
thing. Sir,
Actually,
can we give any small exercise to the participants for tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, please.
okay, sir. So actually, what we had did is today we had created a lampshade, right? So from an image. So you just create yeah, a half cross section, yeah, a picture actually image that it can be converted into a solid part model. So that it may be some teacup. So actually the teacup is also a revolve based feature, right? So in the teacup also that should be an arm based feature actually. So we have to be hold. So for that also you have to be create a pipe based pipe like feature actually. So you just draw a half cross section of a teacup in a paper and then bring that image into Fusion 360 and then try to convert that into solid model as like a teacup. Okay. So this it may be taken as a assignment today.
Yes, sir. Sir, one thing I can do, sir, I'll add you to the main group so that no the participants, if they have any doubts in the WhatsApp group, basically. So
Yeah.
maybe you can actually talk to them, and we can maybe the
Yes,
same
sir.
doubts are repeated also. They might be repeated. So if you can share it in the group itself, that will be easier for all the participants to figure out what they can do.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sure.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Participants, if you do not have any questions, sure, sir, shall we call it a day? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. We really enjoyed, you doing it, but it'll be even more nice if we have actually, put it into practice, especially with the assignment that you told. I think we're starting to get a lot of questions as we do it. So thank you, sir, for this wonderful presentation and how to use software. Dear
Thank you,
participants,
sir.
once again, thank you for bearing with us and being till now. So we have actually posted the feedback form in the chat box. Please fill the form. And like Riya sir said, you have an assignment that is to create a teacup.
Actually, some of them they are sharing that it is not understand in chat box. So let us reshare my view through voice message in WhatsApp group. Just add it in WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'll do that. Yes. The participants, please note that the attendance link will be there active for only 10 more minutes. Please fill the attendance by using your registered email ID. Riya, sir, you're there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, if you can repost the assignment question in the chat box, it will be easier for the people
Yes,
to.
yes.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why that's why I'm typing it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that. Sir, some participants are asking how they are supposed to submit the assignment, sir.
So let us share my mail ID. Sir, shall we discuss that in next class, sir?
Yes.
Actually?
Yeah.
Because
Yes, we get
most
you.
of them are
Yes.
missed actually. So let us
Yes.
complete it. For submission, let us discuss on tomorrow's class.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.